What will happen in the world in 2025? Yes, it will happen at the end of each year. What will happen in the traditional new year? Welcome to our video. You've come to know the unknown only. God knows. But knowing the future, slightly different from the definition. Who has foresight about the future? We're now able to make these predictions. About the work, Baba Vanga, who has taken it to the dimension of prophecy. After the death of our aunt, about 30 years ago, where, after all these years, predictions for 2025, which I can't understand the derivation of, because we're going to start with a lot of the things he's alleged to have said. In some way, these prophecies for the year 2025 are coming true. What's going to happen in 2025? According to Vanga, as well as Baba Vanga, The Economist magazine has reported that by 2025, with symbols of what's to come. Also analyze the eventful cover. Then, if you're ready, let's get started. Throughout history, some names have predicted, with deep traces in people's minds, left one of these names, known as the Nostradamus of the Balkans. Father Vanga was born in 1911. Who was born in a village after losing his eyesight who later became famous for his mystical abilities. During her lifetime, Vanga was a part of a number of events, predicted that it would be realized in 1996. And although he lost his life, his foresight, still in all corners of the world, continues to be the talk of the Baba Vanga. For the year 2025, he allegedly made forecasts are that as we approach the new year, in many news websites these days, started to be shared. Even if you ask me, Baba Vanga today. I don't want him to come back to life in his grave. I feel like I didn't say it, but again, let's take a look at these predictions. And it was planned by someone. It may have been specifically requested to be heard. Here's Baba Vanga's 2025 projections according to Baba Vanga 2025. I'm looking for a new wave of political and social change. This event will begin with a shootout, not just a regional crisis, in time to lead humanity to the beginning of the apocalypse. That will lead to a chain of events. Will ignite. Is the world at a turning point as it was in the past? Or is this prophecy a sign of the end of modern civilization? The year 2025 marks a period when a door will open into the depths of the human mind. According to Vanga's claim, scientists will discover a way to communicate directly between people using brainwaves. This development could transform telepathy from science fiction to reality. While solving the mysteries of the human mind is fascinating on one hand, it also raises big questions about ethics and security issues. One of the most surprising predictions is that contact will be made with an extraterrestrial life form in 2025. Baba Vanga predicted that this would happen during a major sporting event. Will this event create chaos worldwide? Or will it be remembered as one of the greatest discoveries in human history? While we are talking about contact with extraterrestrial beings, interesting statements were made in the American Congress about UFOs. The last session held recently in Congress came to the agenda with striking claims, demanding the disclosure of hidden truths about UFOs and extraterrestrial intelligence. At the meeting titled Exposing the Truth About Unidentified Anomalous Events, government officials and military personnel discussed advanced technologies and possible extraterrestrial beings that have been kept secret from the public for years. According to witnesses, many mysterious events, from spherical objects emerging from the ocean to flying objects in the form of flying objects, have been kept secret from the public. Experts emphasize that this issue should be reported to the public, as well as the risks it poses to national security. Former intelligence officer Luis Elizondo said that an intense secrecy policy is being implemented to hide the fact that we are not alone in the universe. He emphasized that this situation has serious effects on both the military and the public. He also argued that this information should not be the monopoly of just a few appointed bureaucrats. The issue of evidence for extraterrestrial life being hidden by a small select group has been seriously discussed in the US Congress in recent days. Let's see if there will be a development in 2025 as Vanga predicted. Baba Vanga predicts that we will witness a revolution in 2025 that will push the boundaries of medicine. We are entering a period where artificial human organs can be produced in laboratories. If this happens, long waiting lists and risky procedures for organ donations could become history. According to Wang, 2025 will be remembered with a great discovery in the energy world. It could end the almost supernatural hands of scientists and change the balance of the world. However, who will control this resource? Could it be a sign of new conflicts? Yes, let's take a look at the cover photo of The Economist magazine, which is eagerly awaited every year. With the theme of what will happen in the new year, The Economist magazine, which is thought to carry the events that are predicted to happen in the future in a coded way on its covers. In fact, the magazine explains the explanations of all the symbols on its cover and what they mean one by one in the magazine. But despite this, many researchers and commentators think that the symbols on the cover have some hidden meanings beyond what is explained. So we will examine the cover from both perspectives. First of all, I would like to say that the colored tones of the cover caught my attention. The red, black, and white tones used on the cover are usually interpreted as colors that evoke feelings such as chaos, confusion, power struggle, uncertainty, and impending danger. Those who are interested in how they are used know that this tone used on the cover gives a dystopian and dark atmosphere. These colors were also seen in the recently released and controversial movie called Leave the World Behind, where snake and Arabic writings are dropped from the sky. The color tones used in these brochures, which are a kind of warning, are exactly the same as the tones of the 2025 cover of The Economist. Now let's move on to the symbols on the cover. In the center of the 2025 cover, there is a name that draws attention: Donald Trump. For many, this name symbolizes chaos. For others, it symbolizes order. Trump's position in the middle seems to indicate that he will play a very important role on the world stage. In 2025, the golden age of wealth and power revolves around him. But is this wealth just a fairy tale or a sign of global change? Time will tell. We see an eye and a radiation symbol inside the eye just to the upper left of Trump. This symbol may symbolize nuclear threats and energy crises. This symbol may indicate an approaching danger of nuclear war, or a chaos that will emerge with the depletion of energy resources. The fact that it is inside the eye emphasizes that this threat is a danger that everyone is aware of but ignored. The year 2025 may indicate a critical period in terms of both energy, resources, and global security. There is another eye on the right side in the same line. It resembles the all-seeing eye on the American dollar. This eye on the dollar is usually associated with control, power, Masonic symbolism, and global authority. Is associated? This symbol, just above Trump, may represent increasing technological surveillance. Maybe a world where privacy is decreasing and digital control is increasing. Are we stepping into a world where privacy is decreasing? With these two eyes on the cover, with the nose in the middle and the mouth symbol just below, it can be said that the whole picture forms a face. One of the striking symbols is the hourglass. Right next to the all-seeing eye, if you remember, there was another hourglass on The Economist's 2024 cover in 2024, which seems to have expired a period in 2025, as if a reference was made and a new period started from the beginning, a process showing that time is decreasing. Let's continue. Pay attention to the half-charged battery of the electric vehicle. Our energy resources are limited. This is clear. 2025 may be a year when the importance of renewable energy sources will increase. But at the same time, materials such as lithium will create a crisis, because symbols representing lithium right next to Putin. There is this settlement indicating that Russia can play a strategic way in energy crises. Maybe in 2025, we will witness a new Cold War over energy resources. So which countries will these crises affect? Who wins? One of the striking symbols on the cover, the red fist, has always represented the same thing throughout history: resistance against communism or popular movements. So does this fist symbolize the people's rise against authoritarian governments? Or will the people remain under the control of a strong hand? We will see that too. Zelensky's place on the cover. An important detail is that Zelensky, known as the Green Man, is one of the leaders who shaped the fate of Ukraine. So what does his presence here tell us? Will 2025 bring peace? Or will Ukraine once again be at the center of global crises? Perhaps the most chilling detail of this cover: Saturn. Saturn is not just a planet, but also a symbol full of esoteric meanings. Known in ancient mythology as the master of duty. In other words, the master of duty. It represents an authority that provides order and also punishes. In esoteric sects, Saturn is seen as the lord of time and limitations, and his rings symbolize the chains that are tightly bound to the world. However, the explanation for why Saturn is on the cover of the magazine is quite different. Saturn's rings will be in 2025 and will disappear for a short time. So they put Saturn on the cover. Anyway, in the meantime, a big event will happen in the first month of 2025. The planetary alignment. The first vaccination week when all the planets in the solar system align. Again, this alignment on the cover is important and sometimes associated with symbolic and mythological meanings, especially a planet with strong symbolic meanings like Saturn. This alignment is interpreted by some astrology experts and esoteric circles as a sign of major transformations or social changes. This alignment can be experienced by some astrology experts and esoteric circles. We may be going through a period where individual freedoms may be restricted, and we will be more intertwined with technology. Again, one of the striking elements on the cover is a nuclear explosion image. The other is a large missile. These two symbols seem to be a clear warning about possible conflicts that may occur in the future, especially with Russia, NATO, and other great powers, and the danger of nuclear war. It suggests that the symbol may be a sign of a crisis that may occur in 2025. It may imply that nuclear energy will come back to the agenda as a destructive element, and that we will see a damaged, empty ballot box. This situation seems to indicate that democracy is weakening, or that elections will lose their importance. The year 2025 may witness the rise of authoritarian regimes. I leave it to your discretion. Which of these we will encounter in 2025? They are all a matter of curiosity, and we will experience and see them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment. I am curious about your opinions. Take care and see you in the next video.